I'm here. So what's the plan?
Hello indie game fans! With the two huge releases of the month out of the way, a larger than normal crop of indie games are coming out, with the one big title this week being the return of Half-Life with the VR-only Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life 2 back in 2004 was the game that actually got me to install Steam in the first place all those many years ago, and oh how time has flown. It's really neat that Valve made this game, but unfortunately due to the VR only, it's something that I will not be picking up myself, so on to the top 10 best indie games of the week, starting with Mists of Noyah. Some of you, rightly so, were pretty excited about this when I featured it last, but its release date got pushed from February to March, so here we are with it coming out. This is a pixel art action platformer where you scavenge for resources in the day to build defenses and defend your base against enemies at night. Think Terraria, but less freeform building and more RPG elements, and you get the idea. Of course, the graphics are a highlight, but the core systems in this look pretty fun. I'm a fan of rhythm games since it feels great to hit the notes on the beat, but another popular variant is combining this with bullet hell gameplay, and RHYTHMY is the latest title to do so. This has you listening to sick beats while dodging and weaving through projectiles with a pretty cool aesthetic and use of colours. There are difficulty mutators as well, such as increasing the speed and limiting your vision, so plenty of challenge and one for fans of electronic music.
Between the ice and the heat is the last oasis.
Another one which I've had my eye on for a little while is Last Oasis, a nomadic survival MMO which, well, does look in part inspired by something like Ark Survival Evolved.
Nomad.
However, the ability to build walking mobile bases, join up with a clan and fight for territory seems like a neat alternative to dinosaurs, so we'll see if this takes off. I'm curious, these types of games seem especially suited for the streamer crowd, so if you're not a streamer, do let me know in the comments if you like these sorts of games. Another anticipated title of mine is Iron Danger, with its unique hook of real-time with pause tactical combat. While it looks like any other CRPG, there is a time manipulation mechanic that lets you pause and reverse time, where you need to plan out your sequence of actions and attacks in order to take out the enemy. Very beautiful graphically, with a central story where you play as a village girl imbued with this ancient power and gets drawn into a war. Seems like an interesting alternative to the CRPG, so another title to check out.
Here comes a new challenger!
And of course, One Step from Eden features in this video as it did on the best upcoming games of the month video, since it is pretty obviously inspired by Mega Man Battle Network, which I did enjoy back in the day. However, it adds in roguelite elements with branching routes and random events, all topped off with super fast and frantic gameplay and beautiful pixel art in the character designs, although it might be lacking in terms of the backgrounds. However, given how intense this game looks, I think that you will get in the zone when playing this, so the backgrounds are not that important, as you have to manage your deck, attack and dodge all at the same time. The 9 playable characters adds the variety needed, so hopefully this will have the legs to stand among the greats in the genre. Just a quick note, if you are new here and enjoyed the video so far, be sure to subscribe and check out the Discord channel while you are at it. Here's to more indie gaming coverage, so back to the video.
At once.
Grand Guild is a narrative, turn-based tactics RPG that should be similar to games like Sword Legacy, Omen, or Ash of God's Redemption, with distinct characters and an overarching plot.
Out of my way!
Bullseye!
Cannonball! You will never win.
Adventure across a continent on the brink of war as you investigate the appearance of mysterious creatures attacking the various cities in the land.
Justice.
Fight isn't over yet.
There are multiple playable characters, each fulfilling an archetypal role such as tank, DPS or healer, but what's unique is that there is deck building and card-based combat, which is an interesting mix with a tactics RPG.
Feel the cold.
You ready for this? Lumen! Face judgment.
Also of note is that this developer is from the Philippines, so Asia represent, and neat to see more Southeast Asian developers get into the indie gaming business.
Here comes a new challenger!
Speaking of Southeast Asian developers, website Virtual Sea recently got my attention on Twitter, and its focus is exactly that. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that Gordian Quest is being developed right here in my home country of Singapore. This is a deck building roguelite RPG where you assemble a team of heroes and unravel curses laid upon the land. You guys know that I'm a fan of Darkest Dungeon, and this does look a little bit similar to that, although of course, there's the hot new thing of deck building elements. I do like the art style as well, especially that of the heroes, with the druid that transforms into a bear being one of my favourites. This releases in early access, so there's some ways to go, but looks promising and I'm curious about this.
Here comes a new challenger!
The fourth game in a row with deck building elements is For the Warp, where you jump from Stargate to Stargate, trying to survive and to deliver your precious cargo. Love the pixel art, so this does look like FTL crossed with Slay the Spire, so hopefully the deck building holds up, but I do love the ship designs in this. Biped is a whimsical and wonderful looking co-op puzzle adventure game where you and a friend control two bipedal robots as they go on a journey together. While there is single player support, of course this would be best with a friend, where the cooperative puzzles and maneuvers that you need to execute should be a great bonding experience. The two robots are rather cute as well, adding to the vibe of this title, making it seem like some light-hearted fun. Bonfire is a roguelite RPG with perhaps a rather generic name, but looks to capture a little bit of that Darkest Dungeon magic. This game is all about rapid experimentation with different builds and party composition depending on what heroes, abilities and items that you get during a run. As such, it does really look to distill down the essence of what makes roguelites so great, having to adapt on the fly, and according to the developers, this was something like 8 years in development, so wishing them all the best, taking the #1 spot. If you enjoyed the video, why not share it with a friend? Check out even more great indie gaming videos, and in this current climate, stay safe and I will see you after the jump.